I'm at Food Theory, how to conquer spicy food. Hot ones challenge. Light. This light work, all right? Let's go.
3 years, 3 episodes, 3 chances to find the perfect solution to combat spicy food. And
Let's
this
go.
year, I think we've done it. Tremble in fear, all your restaurants with hot wing challenges. The Theorists are gonna be coming to dominate your walls of fame. After today's episode, I promise that you'll be
Let's
equipped
go.
to handle nearly anything they can throw at you.
What? Say less, because I'm trying to record and vlog a Buffalo Wild Wing challenge. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
No matter how high those chefs crank up the heat. That said, can science actually stand up to the ultimate test? The moment when the hottest thing in spicy food turns cold.
Oh no, that was such a small amount.
Strap in. Strap in. Here's the ride. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, the only show that tries to be spicy, but is actually just a bit bitter. Bitter about never making it onto Hot Ones, that is.
It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
If you've been following our spicy saga over the last 3 years, then you're well aware that I've been recreating my own science-based version of the series in an attempt to train up for the day that I'm finally invited to meet my unrequited internet love, Sean Evans. The premise of the show is simple. Sean eats spicy wings and does in-depth interviews of all the hottest Hollywood celebrities and the occasional YouTuber when they need to fill out the guest list. And yet my attempt to copy him in a
hit me up, all right? Get me on that show. I demolish that fucking shit.
Legally unenforceable way has been unnoticed, ignored. I am Hello Neighbor, he is my Matt Pat. So you know what? Who needs him? Today we ascend. In this, our final part of the spicy food trilogy, we're not limiting ourselves to his show's signature sauce, The Last Dab. No, we're getting hotter. We're going more extreme than the Scoville scale. The final boss of today's episode requires a waiver and passing not just one, but 2 separate spice tolerant tests in order to even buy it. It is without question the single spiciest bite of food I've ever consumed. Heck, if you take a bite of this that's the size of a grain of rice, your mouth is gonna be feeling it for the next 20 minutes. This right here, this is the concluding chapter to the trilogy. There's no better way to go out.
A grain of rice.
That's go big. Before we get there though, we gotta come in prepared as possible. And that means another series of spicy solutions that need to be tested. Hopefully you've seen the previous episodes in our quest to find the
Ketchup,
perfect spice solution. But if not, link is in the top right corner of the description, or I could just catch you up right now. Overall, we all know the general stuff that you're supposed to do. Drink milk, eat bread, don't drink water, all that sort of good stuff. But I've been convinced that there are better, smarter, more effective science-based solutions out there. I don't just want to cool those flavor flames, I want to extinguish them. And so, using both your suggestions and our research, Steph and I have been putting them to the test. We've seen some good ones, we've seen some bad ones, and we've seen some really bad ones.
Negative F, what is wrong with you?
In general, ones.
Listerine? No. No. You know what's fucking crazy too? The second the video started, I was like, watch him be like, oh, you need some Listerine strips to help with the heat. And it's crazy. It's just they got the mouthwash on deck, bro. Listen, the only thing that I know of, I don't know if he's gonna speak on it here. If he knows, when you eat something spicy, for me, what's worked a little bit. I'm not gonna say a lot because you still feel it. After eating spicy food, go to the bathroom, warm to hot water, swish it around your mouth. It's going to hurt, but it gets rid of the spice. It gets rid of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's worked for me. Soap is fucking crazy.
Negative F, what is wrong with you?
In general, we've learned that the perfect spice solutions try to check off as many boxes on this list. They've got to be cold, they got to be sweet, and they got to be thick with as many C's as possible. They're also ideally full of dairy, which contains casein, a protein that's able to dissolve capsaicin, the molecules in food that make it spicy. Lastly, the ideal spice solution is acidic. You see, capsaicin on the pH scale is basic, so counteracting it with something acidic like lemon or lime juice is going to help neutralize the capsaicin that's lingering in your mouth. That right there, that is our list of must-haves. We've also learned to stay far away from anything that contains alcohol, which just activates the same TRPV1 receptors that capsaicin does in the mouth, irritating them in a very similar way. So far, our top spicy food solutions have been sweet lime simple syrup, a honey peanut butter mixture, and at the top of the heap, a cold custard milkshake specifically from our local ice cream chain, Good Berries. All of them are good, each checking off 2 or 3 of the qualities on our list, but none of them are truly great, especially when up against against the toughest and spiciest contenders. See also our
Let's
reactions
see.
from last year.
We're gonna just try real quick. I did this last time too, just so we could get a sense of what the flavor of this thing tastes like alone.
It tastes like fire. What do you mean?
Oh.
The flavor. It tastes like charcoal and fire.
So without further ado, it's time for things to get spicy.
Man,
Let's
really
set up this
did that.
test. Yes, my friends, this is the final episode in our trilogy of spicy
Let's
food
go.
challenge solution episodes.
What's up, baby?
your sweet
You
bippy.
good?
Until next year when we decide to reboot the whole thing. So what are we actually testing here today? Well, we are testing a combination of solutions that you've submitted over the last year. We're also testing a combination of things that we have researched ourselves, like new solutions. There's some returning favorites from past years. Basically, this is the epic Super Smash Brothers crossover episode of all your favorite spicy food solutions.
Let's
but
go.
only one will be able to walk away as the supreme leader.
Is
of
hot water
spicy
in
food
the in
solutions.
this?
Which may be more than I can say for myself. I may not walk away from this episode. I may just keel off the chair at some point.
Yeah, there will be one winner today and two losers, and those losers are the two of us.
Oh, yeah.
So the layout for this episode is basically the same, but this year
Yeah.
we're doing with a twist. So we have assembled a solution of 7 different spicy food solutions that you guys have submitted. We're gonna put them to the test against a base level of spicy wing, and then we're gonna take our favorite of those solutions and put them up against the final boss of this episode, the Hot Ones Last Dab Apollo sauce.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then, my friends, there's actually something hotter than that.
I'm sorry, what?
Something, yeah. There's
didn't
something that's
know.
even
Yeah.
more sinister,
She didn't know.
even more creative.
I like
There's
how
some-
I'm not consulted or informed about something that
That's
we're having
crazy.
that's hotter than the thing that melted my face off last year.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah.
Thanks,
It
guys.
it is hotter. It is more sinister. It throws all sorts of monkey wrenches into the works, and it is something that I've been trying to get Stephanie to test out for years.
Oh, no.
So now that she's stuck on camera with me, she's forced to do it with me with all the spicy food solutions available to us.
Oh, I know what this is. You
figured it out.
jerk.
So join us, friends, as we go about our spicy
Poor
food
baby, you
journey.
must say.
Just wish us luck. Prepare yourself, your bowels, and your napkins. Bring out the wings, my friends. Bring out the wings. I am hungry and need to feed.
That's weird.
That was weird. Round number 1. Perfume? Okay, so it's probably best to give this one a bit of explaining. This may sound like a really weird choice, but it's actually
Doesn't
coming
that-
from a pretty reliable source. Hot Ones themselves.
doesn't
or
that
at
have
least the wider
alcohol?
First We Feast team. You see, back in 2020, the team posted on Facebook this video of how sniffing perfume can
Sniff.
help you lessen the burn of drinking alcohol.
So sniff it and then take the shot. That worked. You don't feel it.
Obviously, we're eating
Huh?
spicy food and not downing shots, but alcohol activates the same TRPV1
Yeah.
receptors that capsaicin does, irritating them in a very similar way. So
Yeah.
if it's good enough for a drink, maybe it's good enough for a spicy wing? Yeah, no. I don't see this. There's no way that this one works, right? Because at the end of the day, that this isn't an issue of flavor, right? You're smelling stuff, which is changing your perception of the flavor.
Yeah.
There's an actual chemical reaction that's happening in your mouth where pain receptors are being activated. So
Yeah.
no amount of smell or perceptual change is going to affect the fact that this chemical reaction is happening in your tongue. There's no chance, right?
I'm inclined to agree with you, but we've been really surprised on episodes of Food Theory before about things that work and things that don't work.
Yeah.
And frankly, I gotta lay it on the line here. I have to go into this with some level of optimism because otherwise, we have 6 rounds in front of us and I might not make it.
All right, so I guess the question is then, are you going with Le Jardin de Monsieur Lee, or are you going with...
Unlabeled bottle that I got several years ago. Okay, ready?
Ready, Dink? Okay, what are you doing? What you doing? Quick note, we realized early on that these wings weren't going to be hot enough to get good data for the test. So we paused and resauced the wings, only to then overshoot the mark and make them a wee bit too spicy. I guess spicier is better than nothing. Anyway, it was time to
Yeah.
restart the test with a respray. I was assuming Steph would spray the perfume on her wrist or maybe her chest, but instead she went with the much more unconventional option. I still, no need to respray though, I smell it.
Oh, that was in my eyes. Oh, why? Why? That was in my eyes. Go, 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 go.
I'm hungry, but I demolished them hoes.
This is a lot hotter. The perfume is doing nothing except providing a very confusing
Smell my
experience.
wrist! Smell my wrist! Is it helping?
No.
Is it helping?
Maybe. It's very sweet. It distracts me. It's worse. It's worse when I'm not smelling your wrist. It legitimately is worse when you're not directly smelling the perfume.
I can tell you right now, the reason for this is twofold. One,
One is it's distracting you from the heat in your mouth. Two, though, the air isn't passing through your...
Bro, I'm getting itchy for them, bro. Y'all ever eat some spicy shit and your head starts to itch? My shit getting itchy right now.
There's that impulse to breathe through your mouth and be like, I want to breathe out the heat. But instead, it's forcing you to breathe through your nose, which actually makes it feel better. Like, talking to you right now is literal agony for me. I hate every word that's coming out of my mouth because I'm literally breathing flames. But when I do this, it still burns. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you still feel it, but it's
Not the
less
best.
sharp. So in terms of, like, solutions, low, but effective.
Yeah.
It's not a net negative. It's not nothing, but it's low.
Yeah,
So let's move through this. Let's do another one.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, come on.
Round number 2.
Nose plugs?
Nose plugs. The
No.
general idea here is the same as round number 1, which is like, hey, if you can't
way.
smell what you're eating, is it gonna make it better? Again, I don't think that this is gonna do a whole lot.
It's not gonna do
because,
shit.
as we saw with the last round, it's not so much about the smell as it is about where the airflow is going and being distracted from the burning that's happening in your mouth.
I actually think this is going to make it worse because it's going to force us to breathe through our mouth,
Yep.
and that's actually the worst place you could breathe through in this circumstance.
You know, I think as
Like he said, him talking was just painful. So yeah, it's gonna be worse with this.
Mouth, and that's actually the worst place you could breathe through in this circumstance.
You know, I think as we're pursuing new merch
Look at her.
options for our fall or even winter launch, I feel the Food Theory nose plug might be a worthwhile endeavor. All right, here we go. Huh.
I'm yanking that shit.
This is weird.
It's working?
It's not doing anything. It's literally not doing... Like, if you compare our reaction last time
Oh my god, I'm
to
fine.
where we are now, I'm fine.
Oh my god, I'm fine.
What the fuck?
This is insane.
So I need a nose plug?
This is shocking to me. Here, wait, I'm gonna try another bite.
I can't believe this. I'm not supposed to not say anything in these reactions, but I'm actually like speechless. I can't believe this worked. The only place I feel it is all the way in the back of my palate.
Right now, I'm feeling it in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it like around the edge where I got sauce here.
Yeah. But the
I'm
middle
not-
of my mouth is actually totally
Yeah,
fine.
my tongue.
Take it off
which
now.
Is where last round,
Wow.
I was feeling it and
I
it
was
was
dying.
miserable. Yeah,
I
it
was
was
dying.
awful. I'm
Cheat
fine.
code?
Like,
Wow.
I
Oh,
could go back
shit.
in and do multiple bites of this. at this point.
This is not the result I expected at all.
This is wild.
I'm holding this on here for my own benefit at this point. It's
game-changing.
so much less spicy. It's not completely not
I'm
spicy.
getting a nose
No.
plug.
But we're talking.
I'm getting a nose plug. They can't tell me shit. I be like, oh, so I gotta. I broke my nose. I gotta keep this on.
Yeah.
We're functioning normally. I'm
It's a
not
cast.
falling off my chair right now. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the sort of visceral reaction of like, I'm crying right now, or like, oh my gosh, I'm breathing fire right now. I feel it, and I definitely feel it in my like soft palate, back of my throat, back of everything.
Dude, you go into these episodes, we expect
This is wild.
zero of these things to work. We expect to be miserable the entire time. This one,
This is
this
wild.
one works.
This is unbelievable.
Dude, this works.
This might be the single most effective solution of any that we've done
ever
across
had.
these three.
I can't believe that.
I am dumbfounded by
I know.
this.
I also, like you, thought that like,
That's
hey, this
crazy.
is a chemical reaction happening in my tongue. Breathing or smelling is not going to affect this, but it totally does. My mouth feels warm.
Yeah, I feel
It doesn't feel like super happy, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I could tell that I would be feeling an uncomfortable amount of spice
Yeah.
if I would let myself.
Yeah.
But the fact that, for whatever, I don't know, again, if I'm focused on...
It's just keeping a lid on.
Yeah, it's dampened it significantly. So, VO Matt Pat, after this episode, after we're done here and all this misery is over with,
wow.
look this up and tell everyone what the science is here, because I don't know. This is blowing my mind.
This is incredible.
I got your back there, live action Matt Pat. As we're all familiar with at this point, the sensation of flavor is actually a combination of taste and smell. This
Okay. Yo.
happens because as you chew, you force air through your nasal passages. These food odors are detected by receptor proteins on hair-like cilia at the top of the sensory cells in your nerves, which then send messages to the brain. And even though it's a chemical reaction taking place on your tongue and not a matter of flavor, the conflicting messages being sent to your brain seem to be enough to override the stimulus of the capsaicin. Now, this isn't something that totally prevents the feeling of spice, but even smelling capsaicin can irritate the mucous membranes in your nose, thereby leading to an increased perception of spice when you
Okay.
eat. So, by plugging our our noses, it lessened the overall sensation of the spicy food. We also have some taste buds in the soft palate of our mouths, which explains why I was still feeling some burning back in that area. But when it came to our tongues, the lack of smelling seemed to completely dampen any spicy feelings.
Round number 3.
Key
I'm
lime
excited
pie.
about this one. Key lime pie.
This one goes out to Tyler Williams of Tyler and Sophia Nygaard and his love of key lime pie.
This was something that was suggested
Never tried
multiple
it.
times by you guys, the audience. And the rationale for this one makes a lot of sense, right? In past episodes of this series that we've done, we found that lime simple syrup worked really well because there was something about the citrus and also something about the sweetness that would help dull and kind of lessen the pain that you're feeling in your mouth.
Key lime pie actually takes it to another level by introducing dairy, and milk is a very common antidote for spicy food. So maybe by getting the lime, the sugar, and the dairy all in there in the same bite, we stand a good chance of fighting off these very intense things.
And you've got like a bread substance in here. So really, this seems pretty darn primed to be like a great solution.
This should be grade A.
Boop. Okay, I'm gonna lick the fingers for that extra spice.
You fool.
Oh man, doing it again really reinforces how much the nose plugs did. They did a really good job, man. They're hot.
I don't want to put them in there at the same time. I have to finish chewing this.
It worked.
What?
It worked.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? It disappeared. One thing I didn't think
we got the hacks, gang.
about
You
going into
know.
this was there's a fifth thing that this plays into that we didn't think about, which is viscosity. In year 2, I believe it was, we discovered that
Key
viscosity.
lime pie. What the fuck does that taste like, bro? Hey, pulling up Buffalo Wild Wings. Got the little cheat code, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna show. I'm gonna show it at the end after I eat the wings, you know what I'm saying? I buy you, feed me. I got eat the wings, crazy spice. Yummy, you know what I'm saying?
Something that's thick,
Come on.
like peanut butter, or again, thick like that lime simple syrup, that's able to linger and kind of permeate everywhere.
That's
and melt
crazy.
Everywhere. It's almost like you want some sort of like salve or gel to deaden
Key
the
lime
heat, deaden
pie.
the burning. This has that too.
Matter of fact, get my notes out, bro. Video ideas, that's going in there. Spicy Buffalo Wild Wing challenge. Where are my notes? Put get key lime pie at the end, next to it. Bro, where are my notes? Oh, right here. All right. I got one chip challenge, but I got so many videos, bro. Buffalo Wild Wing challenge. Get key lime pie. Come on, you're not saying. Oh, you're not, bitch, boy.
Ooh, it does come back.
Yo.
It does come back as soon as.
You know how they tell you to like smother the flames and put blankets over it and like tamp it out?
This is effectively that. If you're not on the key lime pie train, highly recommend. We were missing out for years. Don't be like us.
I thought that we had kind of like figured it out and we're
She's
like,
still
oh,
feeling it.
I guess this is as good as you're gonna get when it comes to spicy
Does
food.
cheesecake work?
But no, this is great.
That looks
You're
like
to hear
cheesecake.
first, this delicious viscous discus, a key lime pie, is in a league of its own. And it makes a lot of sense. It checks all of the boxes that we talked about at the top of the episode. We've got acid from the lime component, sweetness and fat from the graham cracker crust, and the cool temperature of the pie itself provides a soothing sensation. To add on to all of that, it also has condensed milk, which is just boiled down milk with sugar. And on top of that sugar, it also has even more added sugar in the recipe. Sugar honestly did us a big favor here. This is because sugar directly works by neutralizing the effects of capsaicin. Some theorize that it's thanks to its ability to
What if you dip your tongue in a bag of sugar? Was that gonna help? You know what I'm saying?
suppress the bitter compounds found in capsaicin, but that's just a theory. Food! We aren't there yet. But needless to say, this and nose plugs are two of the best spice solutions we've ever tried.
Bet.
Round number 4.
So I should get a nose plug too. Get the nose plug, eat it. At the end, if it's still too spicy, get some key lime
I
pie.
gotta say, I love this episode.
Chocolate.
Frozen chocolate.
I'm feeling really good going into this round. My mouth is not on fire. My
That's
lips
crazy.
haven't fallen off yet. I'm so excited. And I don't think chocolate is a bad contender, to tell you the truth.
You're not wrong there, Steph. Now, chocolate has a few things going for it. In this case, it's frozen, so we're gonna get a bit of a temperature relief there. It's also sweet and full of fat, both of which are gonna be working wonders on the spice. When it comes to fat, capsaicin's considered lipophilic, which is just a fancy way of saying that it gets absorbed by fat. So the more fat that's stuffed into our chocolate, the better it's gonna be. And since chocolate's essentially just milk and sugar, it also contains small amounts of casein, which is that protein in milk that helps you wash away the oil-based capsaicin molecules floating around your mouth when you eat spicy food. That's why today we're focused on using milk chocolate specifically.
I love this episode already.
I know.
After round 1, I'm like, oh no, we have made a horrific mistake by overspicing these wings. But the fact that we're sitting here at round number 4 and doing fine.
We're in it to win it, man.
We are in it to win it.
Yes.
Haven't even broken a sweat.
Man, I love chicken wings so much, and I never get to enjoy them on this episode.
Double. Ooh, chocolate.
This is working 5 out of 10. I don't know.
One part of it is definitely from the cold. The other part of it, I'm assuming, is from the creaminess of the chocolate. But I will say, it is not dulling
The way they bit it.
the spice
The way they
nearly
bit
as much
it.
as the previous round. As soon as it's out, like, it's coming back full force. It's not weakening it at all.
Yeah.
Woo! All
great.
right.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat now. Oh! Next round.
Let's do it.
Round number 5. Frozen.
Put y'all on game. Chick-fil-A frozen lemonade. Strawberry. You know what I'm saying? Put some strawberries on that bitch. What are you talking about?
Lemonade milkshake
Frozen
thing.
frozen
This is,
strawberry lemonade.
Again,
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
favorite episode of this series.
I feel like we have a whole bunch of winners, as opposed to last time when it was so clear that we had a ton of losers.
By this point last time, we wanted to die. By this time, I actually still kind of want to die because we're consuming a lot of dessert very quickly.
I still don't feel great, but I feel better than last time, and we've yet to eject anything into a bucket next to us, which at this point is saying a lot.
The concept of this one should probably make sense to you at this point, right? It's got ice cream, it's got citrus, it's got dairy in there, and it's cold.
But it has a potential to be a step up from the key lime pie in the sense that it's colder. The key lime pie was like sort of generally refrigerator temperature, but this is freezer temperature, and colder is almost always better in these situations.
One of the things that you keep hearing us say in these first couple rounds, right, is like, oh, it's in the back of my throat, oh, it's in the back of my throat, oh, it's in the back of my throat. This right here, as we did in our brain freeze episode, anything with a straw is shooting it straight to your back of your throat there. This might be the best solution for that area. Let's do it. Round number 5.
Bing.
It continues. Frozen lemonade dessert drink. How you doing?
Tasty.
It is super tasty.
It's a little icy. It's a little bit less creamy.
It is less creamy than I would have thought. Taking a bite out of a pretty structurally sound key lime pie, it's able to just hang out there until you decide to chew it, right? It's not melting, it's not going away. This, as soon as I get it in, I feel myself having to reapply it. Like, I feel like I have to move it around a bunch because it's constantly melting, turning to liquid, and running around. This is good. It's definitely our, I would say, like, second best of the food solutions.
Yeah.
But it is not quite up to par.
Fuck it, I'll still do that too.
This one was actually kind of a surprise for us. Highly viscous options have always been the ones topping our charts, so we figured that since lemon juice did really well at neutralizing spice by adding sugar, ice, and everything nice, we'd have ourselves a spicy food killing machine. But instead, we found that the frozen part of the lemonade just didn't cool us down as much as the pie because it just immediately turned into water. And as we all know, water and capsaicin don't mix. So as soon as the soothing sensation of the cold went away, the spice kicked the door back in and washed itself around our mouth and made it right back home on our tongues.
Round number 6.
Ew.
Ketchup.
Ew.
I like that you gave us spoons, so we could just take a big old spoonful of ketchup.
Ew.
Let's go.
Disgusting.
Oh, this sucks.
Ew. Fuck ketchup, bro. Ketchup is gross. Ew.
So, does this make it worse for you? It makes it worse, right?
It's worse. It's worse, it's worse, it's worse, it's worse.
This one is just a prank, right guys? It has to be. There was no way that this could be used by anybody as a spice solution. At least no one apart from Shaggy
They really put themselves through that shit.
and Scooby.
There you go, dude.
Nah.
Trying to dull spice using ketchup, it's about the
I
same level.
forgot about that shit. They really did this.
Trying to dull
Bruh.
spices and ketchup, it's about the same level of pain that I got from watching Velma. Who would have figured that a movie starring a crime-fighting dog wouldn't adhere to proper scientific principles? Unfortunately, while the acidity of the tomato and vinegar, along with the sweetness of the sugar, should have helped to soothe us, capsaicin is hydrophobic, meaning that it doesn't bind to water-based solutions like ketchup. So all of those ingredients pretty much did diddly squat other than to make us suffer more.
No.
What goes up must come down, friendos. And after 6 rounds, we were flying high for a while. But you knew it wouldn't be a food theory episode without it crashing and burning
Oh,
at
we've
some
just been
point toward
kicked
the
to
end.
the basement, friends.
That's a rough note to go off of here as we go into the final boss round, which is the last dab. But that's where we're leading to next. I would say ketchup will not be making it into that final round.
Throw that shit
Of that
away.
final round, there's no use putting it off. It's time for the last dab.
Let's
Final
go.
boss time right there. We faced this puppy last time, and boy howdy, the smell is back. I'd forgotten the smell.
It is literally just like charcoal.
I love how they put gloves on now. That's another thing too. I gotta get some gloves when I do that shit.
And ash and death. So in previous years, we've been able to control the amount of last dab that we're actually ingesting. This year, we've got a good, solid slather going on.
There's a reason you don't toss the wings in the last dab sauce.
It's a last dab, not a last toss.
I'm sorry.
But even though we were facing down a monumental challenge, I
Y'all
wasn't
taking
as
one bite
nervous as I
anyways.
usually am. This time we came prepared with all the heavy hitters. Obviously,
Let's go.
our winners from year 1 and 2, a lime simple syrup, a peanut butter honey mix, and a peanut butter milkshake from our local ice cream shop, Good Berries. But we also threw in this year's 2 top contenders, key lime pie,
Key
and
lime.
shocking literally everyone, nose plugs.
All right, do you want to add an additional dab to your already tossed wing?
Do it, baby. Do it,
So,
baby.
strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to test some spicy food solutions. Maybe there's a reason Sean Evans doesn't want us on his show. Okay, there you go. Boop.
Get me on that show, gang.
Just like last year, I can't taste the flavor as much this year.
There is no flavor. The flavor is burning.
I don't know why this
It
protects
negates,
your tongue.
it
Why does
negates
protect
the
your
whole
tongue?
front part of your mouth. It's crazy. It's actually nuts. All right, I'm gonna go in with the peanut butter milkshake now.
But I am actually shockingly fine just from this alone. I could go into any of these.
Oh,
right
I'm
now.
fucking flying through that
Literally
shit.
What's happening here?
I'm actually gonna take this off to give these other ones a fair test. Wow, it just comes back. It's so weird. Give it a sec, and it pushes forward slowly across your tongue.
Oh, that is.
It is
bizarre.
so weird.
That is so weird. Why does that work?
It's so much hotter. It's so much hotter.
Yep. So now that I've done them, this fine, but this was year 1. We've grown.
Yeah, this is fine.
We
This
evolved.
is mid.
This is mid.
Mid.
This is solid.
This is top tier. Key lime pie.
Ooh, shit. Yo.
That's a really nice job.
Does a real good job.
I'm
So
flying
this is
through that
better because it's a
motherfucker,
little
boy.
bit colder. This is better because it's not liquid, and so it's able to sit on the heat. And again, acting like a blanket, basically tamping out or smothering
go.
out the fire that's going on in your mouth. At this point, I feel really good about being able to handle the spicy food here.
I know exactly where to go for an antidote, and for little spice babies like me, that's crucial.
And again, remember, this is a wing tossed in this stuff.
Yeah.
And then with an additional, you had like 2 dabs. I had 5 on mine. And last year, it won't stop, Steph.
I know, it's really
It won't stop.
It's really bad.
We're weeping.
Yeah.
The only reason we're feeling spice now, or at least the bulk of the spice, is because we took this off. So this plus these other ones, you're golden. It took us
Yes!
3 years, but I think we finally dialed in the optimal solution here. You ain't got nothing, Apollo sauce.
Get out of here.
You have done your last dab. So we've bested the final boss here, but there is another one that's lurking in the wings.
Was
One,
that a pun? In the wings?
oh! So there is one food that Stephanie and I have bonded over since the very beginning of our relationship. So for those of you who don't know, Stephanie grew up in a town that has 1 stoplight and not a whole lot happens there.
But there is one thing it has going for it, which is the world's best ice cream shop. People come from
Word.
like 50 miles around to go to this ice cream shop.
Sunny Skies homemade ice cream. Where's that at, boy? Because if it's nearby, catch me over there. You know what I'm saying? Sunny's. Sunny with an I, right? Sky. Sunny Sky homemade ice cream. Where is it? Hold on. I'm an idiot. Sunny homemade ice cream. Yes, that is in North Carolina. I go one day if I remember.
Which is called Sunny Skies. It's run by a guy who has 2 kids named Sunny and Skylar. Yeah, it's that cute. And
Fire.
they're the home of the world's first famous spice cream.
One shop has created a bizarre new flavor designed to warm you up. It's known as Cold Sweat, and it is rumored to be one of the spiciest sweets on the planet.
Fuck?
This spice cream is made with 3 kinds of chili peppers and 2 of the hottest hot sauces known to man. This is basically a bucket of fire right here. The ice cream base itself is seasoned with even more hot sauces. Half an hour in the batch freezer turns our fire to ice, and it is about to get hotter.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Cold Sweat. This stuff is so intense you have to sign a waiver in order to even taste test it.
They won't let you buy a scoop of it until you have fully taste tested it and come through and been like, yeah, I actually want a scoop of that.
There are actually 3 layers of protection around this stuff, right? First off, you gotta sign the waiver, say, all right, I'm on board. Secondly, they give you what's called the grain of rice test, where they literally give you a piece the size of a grain of rice. And you would think, oh, it's a grain of rice, what's the big deal? It will linger in your mouth for no less than 15 to 25 minutes.
That's wild.
I went to the store the other day to get this in preparation for this test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't make me actually do the final test, which is the 3-pepper test. They give you a spoonful with all 3 peppers present, and you gotta take it. But at this point, we've done Last Dab, we've done all these spice solutions. I feel like I should be better. I did the rice the other day, the grain of rice size, just to buy this, and I'm like, oh no, this is just as hot as I remembered it. They actually came up with a new flavor that's even a level above this called Exit Wound, which I think honestly is a fun name, but not nearly as fun as what I would have called it Freezer Burn.
Matthew's been saying this for years. I agree, it's a missed opportunity.
Freezer burn? Change it.
I'll do the 3-pepper thing. Oh wow, you just did it. Good for you.
Oh whoa. Oh whoa. Oh whoa. Oh no. Oh no.
So
that was such a small amount.
So not only is this incredibly hot and incredibly spicy,
oh man,
from a textural standpoint,
that boy gonna cry.
Sucks
that boy gonna cry.
Frozen peppers, and frozen peppers are just nasty. Okay.
Okay.
Nope, I'm feeling okay. I'm banning that. Oh, and there it comes. I thought that years of me doing spicy food challenges would make me like, oh yeah, this is nothing. This is
devour that fucking pie, bro.
Nope.
While any of these are in your mouth, they really do help. They really, really do. The problem with this ice cream, and I don't know exactly what it is or how they've gotten it to this level of potency, but every time anyone we know has tried even a little bit, they say that it lasts. And that's the problem. It just becomes relentless, and it doesn't last in just oh, it's a little tickle in the back of your throat. My throat is burning.
So there you have it, friends. If you truly want a one-of-a-kind, unbeatable,
the hot ones need to get this shit.
Weirdly hot experience. Cold Sweat or Exit Wound from Anger, North Carolina, of all things. That is a flavor experience that you're never going to replicate.
Thanks there, live action Matt Bat. I'll take it from here. And with that, we're finally able to finish our tier list.
Yes.
Our top tier pick from before, Milkshake, is now bested by the absolute outstanding Key Lime Pie. In the A tier, we have Peanut Butter and Honey. Our B tier is a whole lot of citrus with frozen lemonade, lime syrup, lemon juice, sugar water, and ice cubes. Our C, D, and E tiers have stayed relatively the same, except with the addition of Perfume in D. And the worst things to ever use as spice chasers, rounding off the list, are vodka, mouthwash, and ketchup. Seriously, I'd rather guzzle the last dab than try any one of those again. I'd rather bathe in cold sweat. And I don't even know if I'm talking about the ice cream or the bodily fluid. But of them all, one unexpected solution reigns supreme. In a league all of its own, nose plugs. A solution that is so powerful that it silenced the all-powerful last dab sauce. It may not be glamorous wearing nose plugs in a restaurant, but I ask you, what looks less dignified? This or this?
Wait a minute. Stephanie, what if we do cold ones? Cold ice creams, even colder, harder truths. Sean Evans, you're my Mr. Incredible, and I am your Syndrome. Cold ones coming to a Food Theory channel soon.
You know?
So there you have it, folks.
Damn.
Over the course of these 3 episodes, we've tested over 20 different spice
Crazy.
solutions. And now we are done. No more. Nuh-uh. My stomach ain't taking this anymore. I'm not doing this again. Until, of course, it gets the inevitable reboot next year. All good trilogies do. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. And hey,
Yeah, no. Come on, bro. I'm pulling up with that key lime pie after I eat the food. Or get my shirt or whatever they give to the winners. Ah, we in that bitch. No cap. Petition to get Matt Pat on Hot Ones. That's a fact, boy. I just imagine Matt Pat coming to Hot Ones with a duffel bag containing a slice of lime pie, a jar of peanut butter and honey, a nose plug, and a cup of milkshake. I would too, boy. I'll probably do the same shit. For FYI, the reason that the ice cream is so hot is that both of the sauces use pepper, hot pepper extract, basically pure capsaicin. I look on both of their websites. It is listed in their ingredients. Damn, not even Hot Ones commented, bro. You know? Hey, hopefully he gets on it soon. No cap. Let me know what you guys thought. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.